Hey guys, welcome to the Liberal Hive Mind, a channel solely focused on exposing the abundant hypocrisy of the left. Oh boy, just when you thought it couldn't get any dumber, well here we freaking go again. You guys won't believe who's back. I mean, you'd think after all the embarrassment this guy caused his father Joe Biden, and of course the Democrat Party, that he would simply go away forever, never to be seen again, never to show his face again. But no, of course not, that's not the way it works in left-wing circles. Hunter Biden is back, and he's hitting us with possibly the worst brain rot of the frickin' year. Arguably one of the dumbest clips of 2025, and it's got me thinking of that moment where Joe Biden told us that his son Hunter Biden was, quote, the smartest man he knows.
He is the smartest man I know.
Yeah, well, let's just say after watching this clip of Hunter Biden express himself, I don't know if that Joe Biden take holds up. Let me show you guys exactly what's going on here. As Hunter Biden once again graces us with his intelligence, we got some stuff to get into, so let's roll the tape. Alright folks, so we've got Hunter Biden here, popping up on some Gen Z hipster YouTube channel, dropping constant F-bombs like he's some sort of 16-year-old edgy kid. As we know, the more F-bombs you drop, the more intelligent the take. But clearly Hunter Biden thinks he's making some sort of genius political argument here, and well, I'll let you be the judge.
We sit here and we talk about the one guy because there's a clear legal path to being able to get him back. What about all those other people? Am I not supposed to feel for someone? Am I going to be like all these Democrats say, you have to talk about and realize that people are really upset about illegal immigration. F you. How do you think your hotel room gets cleaned? How do you think you got food on your table? Who do you think washes your dishes? Who do you think does your garden? Who do you think is here by the sheer just grit and will that they figured out a way to get here because they thought that they could give themselves and their family a better chance. And he's somehow convinced all of us that these people are the criminals. White men in America are 45 more times likely to commit a violent crime than an immigrant. And the media says, well, you got David Axelrod and, Rahm Emanuel. So smart Rahm Emanuel. And said, we got to understand that these people are really mad. And we got to appeal to these white voters. Rahm, the only people that appealed to those white voters was Joe Biden, 81 years old. And he got 81 million votes. And he did not because he appeased their Trumpian sense, but because he challenged it. And he said, you can be an 81-year-old Catholic from Scranton that doesn't understand it, but still has empathy for transgender people and immigrants. Then nobody said, oh, Joe Biden's going to turn us into a socialist state, no matter how much they said it.
Oh wow, talking points we've never heard before. Who's gonna cook your food? Who's gonna clean your toilet bowl? Who's gonna mow your lawn? As if that's somehow valid justification to just let in millions of unvetted foreign nationals, mostly military-aged men. I mean, my apologies, but I didn't realize that the United States was essentially a modern slave economy designed to serve the liberal elite. Hunter Biden clearly thinks that working class Americans are just supposed to roll over and accept being replaced in the labor force so that rich Democrats can live an extremely privileged, comfortable life. I mean, the entitlement here is off the frickin' charts. We need to subvert American borders and sovereignty, and even the will of the people, because I personally do not want to lift a finger, and I want to have the 5-star hotel experience everywhere I go, and I don't want to have to pay people fair wages to get those services. No, I want to import cheap, near-slave labor so I can live like a damn king. It's an absolutely insane argument, and it's the same people who claim to fight for the little guy. Well, what they're arguing for here is the need for a permanent underclass of illegal migrants to clean up after their crap. But then, of course, it gets even worse. He then goes on to claim that US-born citizens are, quote, I hope I heard that correctly, 45 times more likely to commit crimes than immigrants. First of all, that's completely false, and even the number they pop up on screen during that interview doesn't even say that. And also, let's be fully real here, a certain demographic is probably responsible for that crime discrepancy, if it does exist. But honestly, even if you do believe this cherry-picked garbage data, guess what? It still wouldn't justify violating immigration laws. You don't get to just break into somebody's house because you're supposedly part of a demographic that's less likely to rob the place. That's not the way it works. Crime rate discrepancies don't make a border invasion okay. And even if the rate is lower, if a single criminal comes in, it's an absolute travesty. And of course, we know the issue is a whole lot more more than just a handful of illegal migrants committing crimes. I mean, literally just a couple days ago, an illegal migrant that Joe Biden let back into the country shot an off-duty ICE officer in the damn head.
Our officer was off duty on Saturday evening when him and his friend were attacked. They were attacked by two individuals that were set on robbing them, and thankfully he had his service weapon with him and was able to defend himself and his friend, and injured one of those individuals that was trying to do them harm. His quick action speaks to his tenacity and his excellence in training and skill, and because of that, one of the perpetrators was wounded in this interaction and was incarcerated when he came in to get medical treatment. One of the suspected attackers, the one that was injured, his name is Miguel Francisco Mora Nunez, a Dominican national that was entering into this country illegally back in 2023. He was then released back into this country by the Biden administration. Miguel Francisco Moro Nunez has a rap sheet that is a mile long. He was arrested. He was charged with grand larceny and also assault. The state of Massachusetts has an active warrant out for him for armed robbery with a firearm. He also has many other charges against him, such as kidnapping and witness intimidation. There's absolutely zero reason that someone who is scum of the earth like this should be running loose on the streets of New York City. He was arrested 4 different times in New York City, and because of the mayor's policies and sanctuary city policies, was released back to do harm to people and to individuals living in this city. Make no mistake, this officer is in the hospital today fighting for his life because of the policies of the mayor of this city and the city council and the people that were in charge of keeping the public safe. They refused to do so, and now we have the situation on our hand where someone who has dedicated their lives to protecting the public is now fighting for his own.
Yeah, just overlook all of that because Hunter Biden needs his bathroom cleaned. Ooh, was there a machete attack in San Francisco not so long ago? I guess that's just part of the equation, right? How else is Hunter Biden's favorite golf course gonna get manicured to a T for a fraction of the cost for these elitist fools? I mean, an absolutely idiotic argument. Hunter Biden, wow, the smartest guy Joe Biden's ever known. And just to show you the level of IQ and critical thought, we have another gem from that Hunter interview.
These guys think that we need to run away from all values in order for us to lead. I say, you. How are we getting those people back from El Salvador? Because I'll tell you what, if I became president in 2 years from now, or 4 years from now, or 3 years from now, I would pick up the phone and call the president of El Salvador and say, you either send them back or I'm going to invade. It's a crime what they're doing.
Hunter Biden suggests invading El Salvador to force the El Salvadorian government to bring back all of those MS-13 members. Ooh, what a hill to die on. I swear to you, this Hunter Biden guy is just like an edgy 16-year-old who never freaking grew up. He reminds me of the socialist Twitch crowd, you know, the Hassan crew. Just say obscene, vulgar crap and take the most edgy stances imaginable because that's what being woke is all about. Completely freaking idiotic, and it's funny the way he's presenting all of these ideas as if they're groundbreaking and brand new, but all he's doing is repeating the same old tired talking points we've heard from all these radical leftists for years. And actually, kind of surprisingly, it's not even just radical leftists anymore. We've also got a Republican Congresswoman, Maria Salazar, who now seems to be making the same argument in favor of amnesty.
We give them dignity. At some point in the future, another legislator will write another law to give them path to citizenship. Right now, what we need to do is to buy peace for these people, allow them to stay, to continue working, because they are needed. You see, what I'm trying to do is to bring some common sense, which is the least common of all senses, to this conversation. And I know that someone from Miami could do it easily because, you know, I was on Univision and I served that community for many years. Besides, now I'm representing some of their family members. It's easy. The economy needs them. They do not have a criminal record. They have not gone into trouble. They have been here for a long time. They have roots in the country. Let them stay. Don't give them any type of federal programs. And allow them to pay taxes, help the Social Security Fund, and let them stay and contribute with the economy with no criminal record. What is wrong with that? We need them.
We need more workers. Same frickin' excuse, different party, same betrayal. I just cannot align myself with this thinking. You know, if there's actually labor shortages, then frickin' address it legally, through legislation, through Congress, through visas. Create a system that actually vets who comes in, what country they're coming from, what their skills are, whether they speak English, whether there's cultural commonalities and they'll be able to assimilate properly. But no, none of that. The argument here is to further enable illegal immigration, which what do you think's gonna do? Is it gonna fix the US's supposed labor shortage? No, of course not. Especially not as automation continues to take off. I mean, you could imagine the unintended consequences, having millions upon millions of unskilled, cheap labor in the country as we head towards an era of, I mean, you could argue the extinction of the need for cheap labor, then not to mention the enabling of legal migration. If you give millions of people a massive reward for doing the wrong thing, you basically win the lottery. If you're granted a green card, I mean, to grant that kind of privilege as a reward for breaking the law, it creates a perverse incentive for more people to break the law. It's just idiotic. And again, the American people deserve a say. That's the way this is supposed to work. They deserve control over their borders. They deserve a nation that enforces its laws and protects its citizens and their interest. But obviously, these people don't believe that. And what's crazy is how they present these idiotic ideas that do not stand up to the lightest of scrutiny. They present it with such incredible self-righteousness. You're not some genius who's found the latest and greatest talking point that's going to convince everybody that borders shouldn't exist. You're not making some genius economic argument. You're just repeating the same half-baked idiotic nonsense that we've been debunking for years. Anyways, that's pretty much what I got for you guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to leave a like and possibly subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.